All right, guys. Don't forget, I'm gonna be teaching every day at 12 o'clock on Zoom. You guys have my Zoom number. It's everything is in the stream on Google Classroom. Okay. So today we're going to talk about interpreting charts and graphs to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range of a set of data. Okay. Yesterday we talked about finding the mean, the mode, the median. Today we're going to talk about in the range. And today we're going to talk about how to get that information from a graph or a table. You have to interpret that information from a graph or table. Okay. So we'll be looking at different types of tables or graphs or charts and interpreting information from them. Okay. I will only be calculating the mean, the mode, and the mean, the mode, and the median and range for one graph. The rest of them, I will just show you how I got data from them. Okay. Now here we go. Looking at this, the first thing, this is a line graph. Okay. This is a line graph on farm equipment farm equipment that a company purchased. They kept record of the number of tractors they bought each month. So looking at this data here, I have 8 months here, December through July, and it looks like I have 600. They bought 600 tractors here. Numbers of tractors is here. The month that they bought them is on the x-axis. Numbers of tractors on the y-axis here. 200 tractors in January, 100 tractors in February, 600 tractors again in March, 200 in April, 1,000 in May, 100 here in June, and 100 here in the July. So I'm writing down all of these numbers that I just gathered. 600, 200, 100, 600, 200, 1,000, and 100 and 100. Okay. Now I put them in order from greatest to least to greatest. Always put them in order from least to greatest. Always find the sum and always put down how many numbers that you have or number of data pieces. Okay. So here we go. I have them in order from least to greatest. I add up all these numbers and I get 2900. That's the sum of all of them. And why am I putting all this down? Because it's going to make it easier for me when I start trying to calculate the mean, the mode, the median, and the range. I have everything that I need. Okay. It's easy for me to calculate the mean because I have the sum already and I already know how many data values I have. Okay. So let's look at this. So here's the data again repeated for you. Going on to this now. So let's calculate the mean. Well, the mean is that the sum divided by the number of data pieces that you have. I have a mean, I have a sum of 2,900 or 2,900 divided by 8 data points that I have. When you divide 2,900 divided by 8, it gives you that your mean is 362.5. Remember, another word for mean is average. Now, bam. Let's keep going. The median is the middle number, okay? I told you guys if you have an odd set of numbers, then it's easy to find the median. If you have an even set, then you have to find the average of the two middle numbers. We have 8 numbers here, okay? They're in order from least to greatest. You got to put them in order from least to greatest to find the median. So I have 3 numbers here, 3 numbers there. Therefore, I have 2 middle numbers, okay? I have 8 numbers. I have 2 middle numbers. They will be the 4th and the 5th number. That is 200. I got to find the average of those 2 numbers. To find the average, add them together, divide by how many numbers you have. So 200 plus 200 is 400. I have 2 numbers, right? 200 and 200. So I'm dividing by 2. So 400 divided by 2 is 200. So my median is 200. Okay. Now, my 2 middle numbers was 200 and 300. It will be 200 plus 300, which is 500. And then you divide that by 2, which will be 250. Okay, so this would be my 2 middles on the 200 in this case. Now, the mode. The mode is a number that appears the most often. Looking at this, I only have one number that's appearing the most. 200 appears 2 times. 600 appears 2 times. 1,000 appears 1 time. But 100, bam, it appears 3 times. So the mode is 100. It's the number that just appears the most often. Now, the range is the highest number subtracted from the lowest number. Highest is 1,000, lowest is 100, the range is 900. Bam. Real easy now. So let's just look at some different types of tables or graphs that we can get. That was a line graph that we did. So let's look here. Now we have a dot plot. A dot plot. First thing you do is collect the data. then put in order from least to greatest, then find the sum, okay? So looking at this, I have some people drew cards that were numbered from 4 to 9. Over here on the y-axis, this is dealing with each X represents the number of people. So the x-axis deals with the number drawn. So 2 times, or 2 people drew 4. 2 people drew 5. 2 people drew 7. 4 times was 9 drawn. So 2 times 4 was drawn. 2 times 5 was drawn. 2 times 7 was drawn. 4 times 9 was drawn. Write it all down. 2 4s, 2 5s, 2 6s, and 4 9s. Okay, wrote them all down. Put in order from least to greatest. They are already in order, so I'm fine there. Add them together, you figure out the sum. We'll be doing this tomorrow, figuring out the sum. Now, okay? And then you go ahead and I have 10 numbers there. So I wrote that down. Let's look at another type of graph here, another chart here. This is a frequency table. Looking at this, my numbers are the city recorded how many fire hydrants there are on each street. So Maple Street 1, Cherry Street 2, Elm Street 5, and you get the gist of it, okay? Now, write it all down. So 1, 2, 5, 3, 3, 6, 2, 2, 2. Put them all down there. Bam. Let's see what we got. I should have 8 numbers, and when I look here, I do have 8 numbers, okay? There are 8 numbers in my set of data. Now, put them in order from least to greatest, and what is the mode? What is the median? What is the range? Find the sum. We'll be doing this tomorrow, okay? And we can interpret this data. Let's look at the next one. So this is just a frequency table. Same thing, frequency table here. Remember, this represents 5. It's 4, and then the 5th one is a slash down. So you get 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th will be a slash down. So this is 15 here. So Josh class recorded how many cans of food each student collected. One person collected 15. Got another 15 here. Cody got another 15 here. We got 3 15s. Hassan got a 20. Luther has a 20. Okay. This here looks like Seth got a 7 and Marshall got a 7. Okay. Got that. Bam. We're good. So write them all down. Put them in order from least to greatest. Wrote them all down here. 15, 15, 15, 20, 27, 7. Put them in order from least to greatest. Find out what the sum is, and now you're good to go. You can find the mean, the mode, the median, and the range, okay? Let's look at one more piece of data. This is a histogram. Histogram. To keep credit for meetings, says school community service of schools. To get credit for meetings, his school community service requirement as are kept a volunteering law. Okay. On Tuesday, how many hours spent volunteering? So the days over here on the y-axis, the hours is on the x-axis. Looking at this, I'm good here. Now look, this goes down to 6. So this is 6 on Tuesday. This is 5 on Wednesday. This is 6 on Thursday. This is 8 on Friday. And this is 5 here. Write it all down. 6, 5, 6, 8, 5. Put it in order from least to greatest. How many? What is the sum of them? And how many data pieces you have? You have 5 data pieces. Bam. I just interpreting data from my graph or my table. So I'll give you one more example, and then you're off on your own. Well, actually, we are done. I did it from a histogram. I collected data from a frequency table. I collected data from another frequency table. I collected data from a dot plot, and I collected data from the line graph. Okay. And remember, write down your data, put them in order from least to greatest. Then how many data points do you data points do you have? And then what is the sum of all of them? Okay. Get those 4 things out the way, and then you are easily able to find the mean, the mode, the median, and the range. Okay. All right. I will always give my shout outs on 12 o'clock during the teaching time. Okay. Looking forward to seeing you guys. If you're not on at 12 o'clock, then you are watching the video. But still can always refer back to either video from Monday or Tuesday if you have any questions, or call me at 708-738-6763. All right, missing you guys. Mr. Hunt out. Peace.